Hey Browns fans, welcome into another installment of Draft on Tap presented by Bud Light. Today we're going to look at the interior of the defensive line. The Browns have invested draft capital at that position in each of the last two seasons. Jordan Elliott a couple years ago in the third round, and last year Tommy Togiai out of Ohio State in the fourth round. Currently in that room, though, they're joined by former first-round pick Taven Bryan, who the Browns signed in free agency. But that's it. That's the trio they are going to add to that room and potentially in this draft. So to talk about that position group, here is the Athletic's Dane Brugler, the foremost draft expert on the planet, ladies and gentlemen. And Dane, let's talk about the defensive tackles in this draft. And again, the Browns' first pick at number 44. If there was a stud interior pass rusher, it is unlikely he would be on the board at number 44. So where do you see the Browns addressing this position, 44 or maybe into the third round or even later?
Yeah, this defensive tackle class, there's talent for sure. We're going to see the Georgia guys, Jordan Davis, Devontae Wyatt, both go off the board in the first round. Travis Jones out of UConn gives you a little bit of pass rush, but he's more of that nose tackle. I think he goes late one, early two. Not sure he'll be in the conversation. Perrion Winfrey would be interesting out of Oklahoma. There at 44, 6'4", 290. He showed out at the Senior Bowl with his ability to beat blockers in different ways. Quickness, power. There's a lot to like there in terms of his length, over 35-inch arms. Young player, still just 21 years old, learning to play the position. The tape's inconsistent because they played that slanting front with the Sooners in that scheme. So Winfrey, you feel like there's more meat on the bone there in terms of what you're going to get out of him. But if, say, they wait till the third round and, if they're looking for a guy that can, maybe give them a little bit of pass rush, DeMarvin Leal from Texas A&M, I think he'd be on that short list, 6'4", 285 pounds. I think the big question that scouts are asking with DeMarvin Leal, is he more versatile in terms of inside-outside, or is he more of a tweener where he's not really a perfect fit at either spot and you have to kind of scheme him to get the best out of him? There's a lot to like about his body control. He can give you both a bull rush, but then also win with quickness, with stunts and twists and things like that. So this defensive tackle class, it's a little bit of a diverse group in terms of what's there to offer. But I'm not sure there's one player that's screaming, Browns pick, like maybe some other positions like pass rusher.
So when you made your mock draft selections for the Browns, you ended up going edge, receiver, and with that conditional third-round pick, that's where you took a defensive tackle. Who'd you have him take and why?
I went with John Ridgeway out of Arkansas, 6'5", 320. He's a more natural nose tackle. It's what he does best, his ability to hold the point of attack. He's long, he's strong, and he's burly. And that's what you're getting with him. I think that maybe he doesn't hit everything perfectly with what the Browns usually go after in the early rounds. He's going to be a 23-year-old rookie. He was a FCS player, transferred to Arkansas for his final year, and he played well in the SEC. He did not look out of place. But, when you get to that point in the draft, you have to sacrifice a little bit on what ideally you want. And I think with John Ridgeway, former wrestler, you can definitely tell that with the way he plays, works up and down the line of scrimmage, can reset the line of scrimmage, does a really nice job against the run. So if you're looking for that nose tackle that you could bring in, is going to hold the point of attack in the middle of your line, I think Ridgeway in the late third round would make some sense.
So that's a look at some of the interior defensive line options for the Cleveland Browns in the 2022 NFL Draft. For Dane Brugler, I'm Nathan Zegura saying thanks for watching another edition of Draft on Tap presented by Bud Light.